Words carry power, and spoken words, good or bad, tend to manifest. Namaste. I'm Kaleji from Vishwalaya. I'm here to speak about the power of words. One of the key secrets of spiritual happiness is to be aware of the words that we use regularly whilst communicating with others. Words are like currency, through which thoughts take form in our minds and with which they are expressed outwardly. A quick Google search puts the average person speak at least 7,000 words a day, with many speaking much more than that. It means we speak close to 210,000 of words a month and more than 2,555,000 of words a year. That's a lot of words. Words build great nations and movements. Words start wars, words end wars. Words wound, words comfort. Words heal. Words are more powerful than anything else on earth. Words carry power, and spoken words, good or bad, tend to manifest. The elders say, for all that is said, the angels always bless us with tatastu. It means, so be it. Most of us speak those words mindlessly, carelessly, even recklessly. We scarcely understand that our words have power and consequences. Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto performed some of the most fascinating experiments on the effect that words have on energy in the 1990s. In his experiments, Emoto poured pure water into containers labeled with negative phrases like I hate you or fear. After 24 hours, the water was frozen and observed using the microscope. It yielded grey, misshapen clumps instead of beautiful lace-like crystals. In contrast, Emoto placed labels that said things like I love you or peace on containers of polluted water, and after 24 hours, they produced luminous, perfectly hexagonal crystals. Emoto's experiments prove that energy generated by positive or negative words can actually change the physical structure of an object. The results of his experiments were detailed in a series of books beginning with the title Hidden Messages in Water. Emoto's experiments were conducted with water. Why? Because sound vibration travels through water 4 times faster than it does through an open air. Consider the fact that your body is over 70% water, and you will understand how quickly the vibration from negative words resonates in your cells. Ancient scriptures tells us that life and death are in the power of the tongue. As it turns out, that's not a metaphor. Inspired by Dr. Masaru Emoto's experiment, YuNu magazine publisher and CEO Deborah Gano's daughter Ella decided to test the power of words for her 6th grade science fair project. Ella planted 27 ready seeds, each in 3 pots labeled love, hate, and ignore. All pots received the same amount of water and light. The only difference was the words that were spoken to each one, according to which pot they were in. What she found most interesting was that the plants that had been exposed to the positive words were able to grow much faster and stronger than the plants that had been exposed to negative words or ignored altogether. She also noticed that even when equivalent damages created purposely on 3 plants, The love plants recovered best, growing evenly with a final survival rate of 92% compared to hate and ignore. These experiments prove that loving or positive words stimulate growth and provide strength to recover from challenges. Lack of words or attention cause growth challenges, and hateful or negative words cause the most harm and even death. According to Ella, the verbal abuse or usage of negative words can often lead to harmful outcomes and mental trauma, especially with our children. The positive words expressed with sincere intent can create beautiful beings in this world. The effects of words can be described either in psychological or spiritual terms. On a psychological level, every single word we speak and hear goes into our subconscious minds and manifests into our life. On a spiritual level, whatever words we put into our personal mind are also being fed into the great universal mind that creates all the circumstances of our life, including our experience of spiritual happiness. Being immaculate in using correct words whilst communicating ensures you to have greater peace and happiness in your life. If I see you in the street and I call you stupid, it appears that I'm using the word against you, but in reality, I'm using my word against myself because you are going to hate me for this. And your hating me is not good for me. Therefore, if I'm annoyed with someone and used swear words to convey my emotions, I'm using the word against myself too, simply because my swearing has hurt the someone. So, always be careful and tactful when choosing your words to convey anything for that matter. Some of us are in the habit of using the same negative words over and over again out of habit. Anyone who understood the power of words would be more careful to avoid unintentionally attacking his or her own life. Nobody who truly understands the nature and power of words would say such recklessly negative things, especially not over and over again. With repetition, our words become even stronger and more ingrained in the consciousness of ourselves, of those who are receiving our words, and perhaps into the planetary web of consciousness as well. Words are powerful currencies that deserve great respect and care. During our daily life, we may also be programming ourselves for unhappiness through the words and phrases we use. This is especially so for negative phrases and words that have become our habit. If something goes wrong and you tell the universe, "Oh my God, it's terrible," well then, who do you have to blame if things get worse instead of better? We can cultivate the habit of involving in meditation, prayers, breathing exercises, rendering voluntary services, love and passion to instill habit of mindfulness on our words. Constructive comments and thoughts about ourselves and others can form positive mental patterns in our mind, which can create a powerful progressive effect in our subconscious mind. The word kotodama is a Japanese term meaning word spirit. It refers to the original divine spirit of a word before it enters the world of thought waves. The significance of Kotodama is that words are alive and have the power to create. The Japanese believe that when human beings first appeared in the universe, we were divine creators who used the sacred power of words to create all sorts of marvelous conditions around us. Sacred words are vibrations issuing directly from the universal divine source, the concentrated energy of absolute love and harmony. We have forgotten the original purpose and power of words these days. This is because over the centuries, we somehow fallen into the habit of using words in a negative ways. Gradually, layers of negative words cover the earth and people went on creating more and more dark words that gave an unpleasant feelings to others. As everyone continued to repeat low-dimensional words again and again, they generated a dark power and giving birth to the inharmonious conditions that appeared throughout the Earth's history today. We are in millennium now. We must return to our true human nature and make correct use of the power of word. It is extremely important for each of us to consciously choose the kind of energy fields we wish to create the words we project each day. Praying for peace, thinking the right thoughts, speaking engaging words, filling our minds with words of gratitude will create phenomenal energy fields that exert powerful optimistic influence on humanity. We can plead and pray for strength from the universal consciousness of God within to ensure that we evade from using any unpleasant and hurtful negative words towards any living being, even to the slightest extent. The moment you appreciate the unprecedented power of words, you will start by using words intelligently. You will become more careful and sensible and come into terms that every single utterance is a creation. Let us create a universe of love, of beauty, of peace, of tenderness, and of kindness.